Hi, and welcome to my final episode of Ask the Mayor. You know, I began this show during the infancy of my administration. At the time, I wanted to open a dialogue with residents. I believed then and now that unfiltered communication with the public was the key to fair and honest government. I also believed that local cable television would be an effective venue for sharing information between us. But what I never could have imagined was that literally thousands of Washington Township residents would be so forthright and willing to air their concerns on TV. Month after month, episode after episode, my crew and I met scores of people around town. We heard from mature residents.
Best age I've ever been is 83 because I've lived all these years. I lived this long, I hope to live to be 100.
And some a bit younger.
And I'm planning to have a job once I'm an adult to be president. Do you need a job?
You know, I really got to look that kid up. But seriously, some residents were happy and appreciative.
And I am so happy that my street is finally getting paved, and I just want to thank the mayor for doing that. Thank you.
And some residents were a little bit angry.
How are you going to work with the Sports Authority Board in order to provide this town the types of facilities that they require without turning soccer against softball and softball against soccer?
Yes, some residents sang the blues and some even had blue hair.
Mr. Mayor, I was washing my hair in the shower. I'd like to know why the water turned my hair blue.
Well, I want you to know that regardless of your age or emotions, we heard you. We reviewed the tapes, we made notes, we reassessed proposals and procedures. Based on your feedback, we molded and shaped local government to best suit the entire community. So I thank you for your input. You made my job easier and more rewarding, simply because you gave me direction. So for my final visit with you, I thought we'd take a look back at highlights from some of the over 36 Ask the Mayor episodes we've brought you over the years. I think it will be fun to see some of your smiling faces again and give you quick updates about some of the topics we've discussed. So let's get things started with some of the most frequently asked questions we've received over the years. One topic chief among them, property taxes.
Every time we turn around, it seems like we have to incur more taxes. How is it we could do something on a local level that would alleviate the tax burden?
Mr. Mayor, what's up with these property taxes? They're higher than my ladder.
I guess that's my biggest complaint about Washington Township. It's a lovely place to raise your family, but you have to be able to afford the taxes.
Well, back in late 2005, early 2006, when we heard from those residents, my administration was already working vigorously on my more with less approach to local governance, so we could provide residents with some much-needed tax relief. Fortunately, we were able to accomplish that goal when my 2006 and 2007 budgets were approved with no municipal tax increases. We heard again from residents. Some were skeptical, and others were just plain grateful.
Thank you, Mayor Moriarty, for not increasing the municipal taxes in our township for the next year. Any break we get is appreciated, especially by the senior citizens. Thank you.
If everybody is raising their taxes, how can you, as mayor of Washington Township, keep our taxes flat or steady?
I was so happy to hear from Terry and others who appreciated getting a little tax break, but Pete asked how I was able to achieve this goal. Frankly, it was simple economics, reduced expenses and increased revenues. For example, in 2006, we secured a collective bargaining agreement for our police officers that provided 4-year raises of 4% or more for all of our officers. Yet the township saved on health care costs for co-pays on prescription drugs and medical expenses. This allowed us to put more money in the pockets of our valued police officers and less in the pockets of insurance companies. Whenever possible, we secured alternative funding sources, such as grants and other appropriations, to fuel municipal projects like the $550,000 reconstruction of the Grenlock Dam, made possible by a community block grant program. We worked cooperatively with the state and county to improve our town's infrastructure, calling upon the State Department of Transportation to fund the Black Horse Pike Beautification Project, and enlisting the county's help with much-needed road improvements and intersection upgrades. But we didn't stop there. We persistently pursued cost savings in each and every department in local government. We decreased spending without decreasing services. For example, our Municipal Services Department operated with fewer employees, yet collected more leaves, plowed more streets, and mowed more property than ever before. We renegotiated our waste management contract and moved to a single-stream recycling procedure. We currently collect more traditional recyclable items and have well-managed white goods and e-recycling programs as well. All this was accomplished without sacrificing the quality of life issues that make us proud to call Washington Township home. Our dynamic youth athletics program is now safer than ever after adoption of the Megan's Law initiative that helps communities conduct background checks on coaches, volunteers, and others who work so closely with kids on the court, field, or diamond. We've expanded our summer movie and concert series and added more family-oriented community events like the Oktoberfest celebration and historical reenactments. And don't forget, when you've been out of town, we've provided If You Missed It coverage of community events over Channel 9 and the Internet. In fact, many of these more with less reductions and quality of life improvements have earned Washington Township national recognition. This summer, our town earned a place on CNN Money Magazine's list of the top 100 places to live in the United States. And why not? We have great schools, safe streets, and some of the friendliest neighbors around. I don't think we could wish for more than that. But since you've been visiting me on Ask the Mayor, some residents have wished for more places to play with their best friends.